Good.
Greetings. It is time to look into another point on Jesus. It is common to categorize Jesus, to categorize God, and classify him as belonging to a certain group of people, as belonging to whites, as belonging to blacks. It is a common issue. Even within religion, it has been made that God is a God of this church, a God of that church, a God who is of this religion and not present in that religion. But surprisingly, you find Jesus in his message and even in his doing, he overgoes, he overlooks boundaries. Jesus is a Jesus who forgets about boundaries. He's a Jesus who is not limited in his operation. Maybe to clarify this, let's see Jesus on Luke chapter 17 on verse 11. I'm interested to look at this one and share there with you. Now it happened as he went to Jerusalem that he passed through the midst of Samaria and Galilee. Then as he entered a certain village, there met him 10 men who were lepers, who stood afar off. As Jesus is walking, Jesus is by the border between Samaria and Galilee. He is within the border, belonging to nobody. He's a Jesus belonging to no man, because the border, the land which is by the border there, that's the no man's land. No one owns, no one claims. No one says, this is our border. You go to any country, the land that is in between, the land that is in between two countries, that land belongs to no man. That's where Jesus is. And that's where Jesus meets nobody else but those who needed him. Who are those who needed him? The lepers, who had been saved from their belonging, from their own countries, which were their ethnicity ground, where they had maybe been born, where they may have maybe come from. Maybe they had come from another land and relocated, migrated to this country of Samaria, maybe to this country, to this land of Galilee. But Jesus says, okay, let's meet by the border where no man can claim me. Jesus is not claimed by anybody. Nobody claims Jesus. Nobody belongs. Nobody can own Jesus. Jesus is of every man. Jesus is of anybody. He is not limited. If you want him, you can come to him anytime. The lepers, cast off from their lands, they had gone to their priests, and their priests have told them, no, you no longer belong to be among these people. And those outcasts, those throwaways, those are whom Jesus are meeting by the border, where he belongs to no man, where he is not limited, where no one claims him, where no one will say, he is my own Jesus, but where he is a Jesus of everybody, where he can heal a Samaritan, where he can heal a Galilean. All of them, as they come to him, Jesus is able to heal them. These lepers were now, because of having leprosy, they had come to have a common issue, they had a common problem. Their problem was leprosy. They overlooked that this one was coming from Samaria, this one was coming from Galilee, this one was of that tribe, this one was an Ephraimite, this one was a Benjamite. But because they had a common problem, they came together. We are going to win the battle of the battles of this life should we overlook our challenges and realize we have a common problem. What is our problem? For all have sinned. We have a common problem of sin. Yes, the other one may be a thief, the other one may be a homosexual, the other one may be a liar, but all of us, we are sinners. When we come together, we unite as a force and say, God, heal us. Look at our situation. We need to be made whole. And then Jesus says to the lepers, go show yourselves to the priest. Oh, what an interesting matter. What an interesting observation. The very same people who said to the lepers, depart, you're no longer worthy to be in the society. Jesus says, go show yourself to the same people. Go back to the very same people. Yes, there are times when we have been cast out, when we have been thrown away from our societies. Those people whom we have thrown away from the society, Jesus is driving us back to them. Maybe we have grudges against them because they've said to us, get out of this place, go and live in the jungle. But God is saying, forgive them. Forgive that person. They may have done you bad. They may have made you to be away from your people. Forgive them. Love them once again. Go show yourself to them. Have a moment where you discuss. Have a relationship. In that relationship, Jesus is going to make us whole. As we search to meet with our friends, who maybe we have termed the enemies, but when we come together, hold hands together, as we walk together, forgiving one another, God is willing to be in our midst. Then we can be made whole. Then we can be made a people. Then we can be a band that will overcome the devil. No one is going to overcome the devil being a single. If you take Jesus and you make him your own, and you say he is not worthy to be of those. When Christians say Jesus is not worthy to be a Jesus of Muslims, Jesus is not worthy to be a Jesus of Hindus, that's when we are going to destroy this Jesus mission. That's when we are going to destroy the missionary work that has been set before us. But when we are able to look beyond, to go beyond the borders and know that no, there is no difference. Yes, white in color, black in color, but the blood is one. Acts chapter 17 is so clear. He has made them in their differences, but of one blood. That's the love of God. God has made all men in one blood. All blood is red. We don't have a green blood. We don't have a white blood. Yes, you're white on face, but your blood is red. You are black on face, but your blood is red. Yes, you have a red face, but your blood is still red. All of us, the platelets in the blood, the red blood cells, they are all the same. But what is different is the exterior. It means the exterior is nothing. It means nothing. What is different within us is just a pigment, melanin. Come on. We cannot be made different simply because of melanin. We cannot ground our differences on a ground of melanin. Melanin is just a pigment meant to shield us from the harshness of the weathers. But it does not mean we are cast-offs. It does not mean this one is wrong, this one is better. No one is better than the other. But let's embrace Jesus in concept of holding all men together. For God, he has loved the world. He has not loved a tribe. He has not loved a race. He has loved the human race. He has not loved a peculiar people. No one is better than the other. Yes, when we come to him, he then makes us peculiar. That's the power of it. When we belong to him, when we come to him, he then makes us peculiar. And he says, you my peculiar, go fetch others, go call others, go and talk to others, go invite others, for the door is open. A gate is left ajar. There when we come to him, when we sit at the throne, then we are made better. We are not better on our own. God helping us. I have an appeal to each one of us. Love the neighbor. Love every human being. Whatever the color that may be. Do not segregate men according to their height. Do not segregate men according to their social status. But love all men and care for us all. This is my wish, and this is the wish of God. This is the message of God to all humanity. Thank you so much. As we carry on, it is my desire, it is God's desire that you love every humanity, love every man. Let's care for one another. Let's embrace one another. Give each other a warmth. Let each and every human being feel a warmth in this world. Stand up, love somebody. The word of God is there to unite us. When the word of God is preached to all men, it unites us. This is the best uniting tool. It is powerful than any gun. Guns may be taken as we walk into the fields where we say, we are doing peacekeeping. I wish men would do peacekeeping. The army of America, if it wants to do peacekeeping, the UN army, when it is going for peacekeeping in Libya, in Afghanistan, in Iraq, may they hold the Bible than they hold the gun. For the gun is a source of enmity. A gun is showing that, no, we are at enmity. We are still fighting. But when we hold the Bible, we are willing to dialogue. We are willing to talk to somebody. We are willing to say, my friend, I love you. For Jesus himself is love. God is love. The universal love of God, the universal language of God is love. Nothing else that goes beyond love. May we love one another. In Jesus, I thank you.